Yeah, it's real talk. No script, no filter, just truth. Real talk, yeah, we say how it is. From the
Hi,
old
man.
school to the way we
What's up?
live.
Good
Every
morning,
lesson,
man.
every loss, every win. We
Good
gon' break
morning.
it down, let the
You
real
happy already?
Real
Like,
talk, no
dude,
cap, no
we just
disguise.
started
Different views, but we
this
see it eye to
video,
eye. From the
and you
past to
can't
the
even
future,
keep
we build. It's
it
more than a
serious.
combo.
Like, we can't even say good morning.
No, listen.
Listen.
I'm gonna get it together. I'm gonna get it together.
All right. Can you get it together real quick? So, man, listen. This is our first episode of HallScripted, right? Unfiltered, real talk, no script. So we're just gonna be talking about different things that's going on. Man, there's a lot going on everywhere and all kinds of things, whether it's sports, just life in general, men's issues, women issues, just chop it up, see what's going on. So, I mean, I'm up for it. I don't know if you're up for it because this might be over your head a little bit, but we're gonna try, man. First
All
of
right,
all,
so look,
go ahead.
go ahead. What you was about to
No,
say?
no, go ahead. What?
I got some topics
All
because
right,
I
go
know you
ahead.
didn't do no homework. So you was gonna
No,
come on
listen, I
here and
tell you
try
about
to
first one. No, hold on. You see what
you
this
was gonna
says?
come on here
You
and
see,
try
you
to
see what
just
this?
go off the
No,
top
wait
of
a
the
minute.
head, and
You see
I'm
what
not
this
with it.
says? This is 250, still no kings. You know, the most important thing going on right now is, pushback against oppression and authoritarianism, man. So still no kings, man. That's what I'm repping today. Okay, we just gotta all be aware of that.
All right, we support 250 100%.
All right,
So
go ahead.
we got a couple topics we could talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I got some. The first one we could do real life and generational conversations, right?
Okay.
We could talk
Did
money,
you come up with this on
business.
your own or you had your friend help you?
Don't worry about it.
All right, let's go. Let's go. Your list.
Oh,
Oh,
listen, you talking about I can't take nothing serious. All right,
I'm just saying. Go
we ain't
ahead.
gonna
Go
get
ahead.
no views. They gonna say all them dudes just do is laugh all
No,
day.
no. Go ahead. Go ahead. No, listen. They gonna like it's gonna be all right. Go ahead. What's
All
up?
right, so I got life lessons and story time,
Okay.
right? Let me see. Family relations and respect, culture, current topics.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we'll have some deep conversation, controversy. We'll talk about that stuff.
Okay.
And then we can always go to faith, God, and real talk. So
Okay.
those are my topics.
All right. So
Uh
since you did this deep research and came up, and came up with all these topics, man, let's go. What you want to talk about today? We just listen. It's unscripted. This is what's on top of mind at the moment. Present time. What you want to talk about today, man? Because it's what's today's date? I'm not even sure. But this will be our first broadcast going forward. We're recording this as we speak. The morning of March 29th, and the year of our Lord 2026. So let's go. It's gonna be a weekly.
all
We're
right.
gonna share this weekly with you. Going forward. So I'm looking forward to doing this every week. So those topics, we can challenge those one at a time. So let's go with the first one.
All right, so let's go with the first. Let's just be a disclaimer. I think we have these type of conversations every day. So we're just putting this on camera for the people to see. So here's the first question. What has life taught you that nobody said out loud?
Oh man, what has life taught me? How fast it is. That's really what it is. How fast it is. 1 minute you're running around the playground, chasing the girls, racing the boys, and avoiding the bullies, and you're trying not to be late for class, and the next thing you know, you've grown. Life is fast, man. So you have to make use of every single moment of it and enjoy every single moment of it. Don't look so far ahead. that you can't enjoy the now, but also always be prepared for or be preparing for tomorrow. And that's that balance that you got to have to try to keep in context when you go forward, man, because it goes very fast. You know, you have kids, I have kids. You've seen that in your own eyes.
Hmm.
And so yeah, that how fast it is.
Yeah, I feel like once I started having kids, life got faster.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know why. It just I felt like I was in my 20s for a long time. Then I
Hmm.
had kids at 30 and I ended up at 40 so quickly. So,
Yeah, I
so
think what is that? You
I,
start living vicariously through the kids. So you've become externally viewing. You're seeing them. You're watching them go from infant to toddler to kindergarten, and you're celebrating those moments. But you don't realize that that's time that's passing for you too. So being able to
Mhm.
do that, being in the present, enjoying the present, but also looking forward to tomorrow is important.
So just so that everybody knows, you have two youngsters. Well, they're not youngsters. It's like they're young adults
Hmm.
in college.
Hmm.
I got three little babies. My kids are young. They're 9 and 4 and 1.
Hmm.
So all right, so I got another question. What shocked you the most about adulthood?
Man. That's a good question. What shocked me the most about adulthood is, I guess I would probably say it's not as scary as it looks. You just prepare and you just take
Mhm.
things seriously and take whatever you're doing seriously. When you're young, you look up and I remember looking at my parents and other adults and thinking that's hard work. It really is, but also it's about being prepared for it and just taking it one day at a time and keeping your
Mhm.
priorities in line. And I think your priorities, if in my view, starts with your faith and then your family and then being responsible to those two things. And then that branches out into all aspects of your life. Because if you're responsible and focusing on your faith and your family, then the things you need to do to make those things work, you will do, whether it's be work, whether it's be education, whether it's be your friends. Those things will come into their proper place and proper balance. So those two primary things can be the best that they can be. So that's the way I look at it. That's my thought, just off the top of my head. But this is unscripted, so I'm just talking freely.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we want. I don't
All
want the
right,
scripted one. I don't want
all
the
right,
one where you got to write it down and you come and you give me a
okay,
sermon. That ain't the
all right.
vibe I'm
Listen,
looking for. That's not what
all
the
right, man.
people want.
All right,
It's not
listen,
what the
listen.
people want.
I can go read something now, but I'm just saying that's just off the top of my head, But yeah, that's how I feel, man. Well, you asking me questions. Was it an interview or
Well,
conversation?
I mean, I can
Like,
answer too. I can
you
answer the same.
interviewing me,
No, we
or
just
we
going.
gonna talk? So, what's your
Yeah, we
thoughts?
just talking. I mean, I
No, what's
think
your
for
thoughts?
me,
Don't listen. What's your thoughts?
so on my thoughts on that same question, I think adulthood, nothing really shocked me because I had great examples, but I think you guys made it look easy, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think that was the only thing that shocked me, like how hard it was, to really
Mm-hmm.
be great. Because I had good examples growing up. So that's the one thing. It wasn't as easy. Like, you watch your parents get up. I watched my mom wake up at 6 and leave out, come back at 6, drive down to the city for a long time, so you take that for granted. You think, oh, now I'm doing it. I'm like, yo, I'm tired. I can't even make it home some days, right?
I hear you. I hear you.
But
That's
she's done
true.
it. She's
That's
done it
true.
for like 30 years. You've done it for a long
Mm-hmm.
time. So I think it's things like that you actually, you appreciate, you learn to appreciate. But I don't think anything shocked me because again,
Mm-hmm.
I had great examples,
Mm-hmm.
to look up to.
That's good. That's good. That's good. So you see, it depends on how you look at it. What about the first question? Like you asked me, well, what are your thoughts on that? You didn't even answer that one.
Oh, what was that? What was that? Something life has taught me that nobody talked about.
Yeah.
Uh, mm, Life has taught me this nobody talked about. Uh, I want to say, to be honest, if I'm honest, how to be an entrepreneur. I think growing up
Hmm.
in my generation, Caribbean backgrounds, we're only taught school, doctor, lawyer, those type of things. So I think being an entrepreneur uh, was something I had to learn on the fly. You
Hmm.
see what I'm saying? So,
Hmm.
um, and I wish, so for the next generation, I like to push that on them. Like, there's other things you could do to be successful and stuff like that.
Yeah, I agree. That's a good one. You're right because traditionally, it's school, work, and that's the path. But there's also school, um, business. When I say business, entrepreneurship. And
Yeah,
those are options that are available to everyone as well. So sometimes you might be in this rut, I can't find a job, can't find a job, can't find a job. And you never realize that you can create a job.
you could create it exactly. So that's one thing I wish that, we were taught younger.
Hmm.
That you don't, because I grew up, my mom's, I remember walking with her places, see her friends from college. She'd be like, oh, me and my brother, she'd be like, this is the doctor and this is the lawyer. She had no clue. I never wanted to be no doctor, right? So I'm sitting there, I'm like,
Hmm.
yeah, but deep down, like, lady, I'm finna crash your dreams.
Uh-huh.
But
It's
no,
funny though, but people have these thoughts, right? And they're
yeah,
projecting. But it's
but
important that's a very good thing that we should delve on, like, parents projecting on their children, not just in that way concept is, but also, you see it in sports and all aspects of life, and rather than
absolutely.
locking in to find out who they are and what their
Hmm.
aspirations are, because they're a unique individual. It's funny, every individual, every human person is one of a kind in the entire universe.
Hmm.
So I can't project. I have to try to understand who that person is and let that person become who God really created them to be. And so when we project, we're limiting them to us. And whether it's in all of those sort of, whether it's your career or, what you like and what you don't like in your faith. And even if you think your son's going to be, the next great athlete or the next great whatever, you got to allow them to evolve. But I think our role is to sort of be in that space with them and grow with them and protect and nurture and guide and so then they can become what they want to be, man. So that's a very good thing that you mentioned there, in terms of that whole little scene there. That's a good one. I like that.
So I said, following that up then. So when did you get that thinking? When did your thinking evolve into let me not project, let me allow
That's a
growth
that's a
and
that's an evolution of thought, because thought, I like that term, present thought, because its meaning is what I understand today based on accumulation of knowledge over time. Because if you just stick in the past, then you'll never really get to that space. Or if you just repeat what your grandfather did, which may have been good for him and may have been not good for him. You know what I mean? So you have to take
Mhm,
that and look into the situations of life and understand it better. And then understand, okay, so that didn't work, but this works. I see this here, I see that there, and then you sort of formulate a new, vision for how you want to live. And that's how I live. I take the good and the bad and I mix it up and I say, okay, I see where that's taking me or where that took me. And I see where this is taking me. And so what am I learning from this? So there was no point where I said, oh man, I gotta, let them evolve. It was like,
mhm,
oh, I see it now. Each one is different.
mhm.
I have two kids, as you mentioned, and they're different. So I need to let them be in their space, but create those safe boundaries for them to grow and become, all that they need to be. So I'm
Okay.
trying to keep it real, man. I'm not. So don't ask me those deep questions because I can get into that stuff. So I'm trying to keep it from going
No,
too
we
far
can
down that
have the deep
that
convo,
depth
but just stay.
hole.
No, no,
You
no, no,
know,
no, no, no. That was a good question. You just gotta
it was a good question.
stay in your zone. Don't
Listen.
drift.
I'm not
Don't
drifting. I'm right
drift.
here. I'm right here. The 250. No kings.
All right. So here, let me What we gonna talk about? Let's see. Let's see. I got another topic. Uh,
Listen, man, let me read this stuff. What's on your mind, man? This is like what's going on like this morning? Like what's on your mind this morning? What are we reading all these
first off,
scripted?
I think
Listen, you see that behind you? What does it says? Whole scripted. What does that mean? It means unscripted. It means real talk. Don't
I'm
be
just
reading me
asking some
questions. I'm
questions.
not interviewing, okay? You know, I'm not interviewing, man. Just ask me some questions. What's going on? Like
Listen,
this.
first off, I need the
Let's flip
people
it
to
up.
understand something.
That's too no.
This
First of all,
is
that's too serious. Let's do something a little bit lighter. All right, so. You've been watching it's NCAA tournament time,
I haven't been
right?
keeping up.
So I don't understand that, right? Like you don't have to watch every game because we can't watch every game and we're too busy to watch every game. But you can catch the highlights. You can catch the who's winning.
I,
You can see what's going on. Have you watched any game at all?
no,
All right, all right. Is there any
I've
team
watched
that you
NBA though. I've watched the
all
NBA, so
right.
we
Let's
can go
flip
to
to the
NBA.
NBA since you don't watch college. All right, what's going on in the NBA? I'm more of a college basketball person myself because I like to see the kids grow and become and develop, and I see who's who. I like that journey. The NBA, and it's great too. I put for what it is because you're seeing, or any professional sports, not just NBA. You're seeing athletes at their absolute best and the best of the best compete against the best, and that's beautiful to watch. And there's development process there as well. But when you see, these 18 to 24-year-olds figuring it out, that I enjoy that. I enjoy that. But go ahead.
So let's get to it. I know you're a Knicks fan, and
Yeah.
I do have a question. Um,
Let me be real about that. I'm a Knicks fan, but I'm not a diehard. I'm a
so what's your
basketball
team?
fan. I'm a basketball fan, and I live in New York, so that makes me a Knicks fan. But I'm not one of those,
No, 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 no,
orange
no, no.
and
You gotta
blue
have a team because
t-shirt
I'm born and
wearing.
raised in New York and I'm not a Knicks fan. So you can't say I'm a basketball fan. I live in New York, so it makes me a Knicks fan.
I
What
can
is
be a
your team?
casual, I can be a casual fan, and I can be a hardcore fan, right? So
This
like,
is
all
what
right,
I
I'm wearing a
let me
Knicks
say this. Let
cap
me say
all
this.
the
No, 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 no,
time.
no. Let me say this.
No,
Let me
hold
say
on,
this. Let me
listen,
say this. Let me
listen.
say this.
No,
I've
because I
noticed,
can.
this is
What?
what happens when you
No,
root
what?
for nothing but a bunch of losers. Because you're a Jets fan. You're a Cowboys fan.
Yes, that's
Losers.
true. And
You're
I don't
a
live in
you're a
Dallas. Never. I've been to
you're a
Dallas, but I never lived there.
you're a Mets fan,
That's
losers,
true.
and you're a Knicks fan. So now,
That's
what is
right.
it like to never see victory?
Oh
You
man,
never
you
tasted
try
a
to make this
championship.
contentious. Well, you have to go there, right? You try to make listen. First of all, the journey is part of being a fan, right? That's important. I think a lot of when I was coming up. Now I'm a '70s kid. I was born in the '60s. I'm in my adolescence and teenage years in the '70s, and everybody from that generation, and those are the years that you remember the most. Like for whatever
Yeah,
reason,
yeah.
those years stick in your head. And there's a process to sports. You can go 10 years and not win nothing. But when you finally win it in the 11th year, that's what makes the journey, you know, special. And so it's okay. Show up, root for your team. Like I said, I'm if you're like really deep into it and you just wear all the colors all the time, that's cool. I'm more of a, casual, and that's cool too. But it's like when it happens, man, it's special. And it's okay. I'm not, when I was younger though, I was harder. Sometimes, it would just be really rough. But now I realize it's a process. You're not going to win all the time. The
Y'all don't win
process is
no
important.
anytime. Y'all don't win none of the
Listen,
time.
listen,
None
stop
of
it.
the
How many,
time.
so who you root for? Who you
The
root for? And how
Lakers.
many wins have you got?
The
Right?
Lakers. We're third seed.
Okay. Okay. The third, I don't mean nothing. It's
We won
regular
a
season.
championship in 2020.
They're going out. Listen, the only person that wins is the person at the end that holds the trophy. Everybody else is a loser. Okay. So enjoy your little third seed moment, right? Enjoy your little third seed moment. It's
We'll
supposed to
see
be
what
the
happens.
thing. No, what happens? Listen, it's a first round exit, second round tops. You already know that. So let's just move off that subject because you're gonna be ready to get it
I got a
twisted right now.
question. You bought up growing up in the 70s. So I got a
Right.
question. could the older players could they survive in today's game?
People ask that question all the time. I listen. Everything is generational, and my
Mm-hmm.
first easy answer is yes, because let me tell you why. You don't look at it, and I said this before. You don't look at it as if you're in a time warp, like you're going to go back to 1970, pluck this guy, and drop him in 2026. Like that's some science fiction movie. That's not how it works. An athlete is an athlete. So if that person was born later, he would be raised and trained and developed based on current training processes and the way the games are played today. So whatever he was then, he would be today based on the training he gets today, and vice versa. If you take a player from today and drop him back 50 years ago, where as where he's born 50 years ago, he would be still a good player, but within the context of that time. Like for instance, you have guys that are 6'10", 7 foot, 7'1" players today handling the ball and doing all these really wonderful things with the ball. And we love that, right? And the guys back in the day didn't do that. It's not because they couldn't do that. They weren't trained to do that. The game was different. If you were anything bigger than 6'9", you stayed in the paint and you
Mm-hmm.
rebounded and you blocked shots and you dunked and your game was confined to the paint. So you didn't even think about going out 20 feet from the basket and putting the balls to your leg. You had to develop those skills. Those guys were human beings just like you and I are. They could have developed those skills, but they weren't taught that. So I think that if you were a good player, relatively speaking, not everybody would translate. But if you were a great player then and you had the same training today, you would be a great player today, and vice versa. That's the way I look at it.
No, I think you got some key standout guys that could have played. I don't think everybody could have played
No, I
today.
didn't say everybody. I
No, I
didn't
got
think.
you.
Oh,
I,
I
I
said I
got you.
said you were a great
A
player.
great player. No, no,
Then
no. I got you.
you had the
You
same
know.
level of training. You would have had be a great player today, and vice versa. If you take a big guy today, that's like you think a Jokic type guy, right? And he's a great
Mm-hmm.
player, right? And you put him back in 1975, he's not handling the ball in the wing. He's not. But he's going to be in the paint, and he's going to still score. He's going to still make those outlet passes. He's going to still rebound, and he's going to still be a great player. He's going to be probably like a Bill Walton type, But so, and Bill Walton flipping the script would probably be today a Jokic type. So it's training and the development and the evolution of the game. So when people say, "Well, I don't think that guy," that's kind of like to me, it's like a simplistic way of looking at things. You don't just go back into the past and pluck them and drop them. It's almost like a different timeline, and they would
Mm-hmm.
have been raised and trained and developed based on the timeline that they're in. And I think a greatness athletes are athletes, and it would translate because you'll be trained differently, but you'll still be a great athlete.
No, I still think, let's go to this debate. I think everything you said was good. We have a debate who's the greatest of all time in the NBA.
Okay, let's talk
I
about
know
that.
you're a LeBron fan.
So first, see, we're gonna end this script right now. The whole script is done for this week. I'll see you guys next week. He just said something that is completely that's blasphemous as far as I'm concerned. So we're done. Listen, Darrell, I'm
We
out,
know who
man.
your GOAT
All
is.
scripted. We out. Peace. Listen, for
Who's
me,
your GOAT?
it's Jordan. That's my generation, right? And I think he's multi-generational, but he's my generation, and 100% is Jordan.
No, I knew Jordan is the GOAT. Jordan
You
is
know,
definitely the GOAT. And I said it before. 80, what year he came in? 85, 86,
84.
84,
Hmm.
84 to 92. We still have never
Hmm.
seen anything like it. It's still the greatest, what's that? 8-year run in the history of mankind in basketball. So, nobody compares. Doesn't even make sense what he did. He's still the GOAT. Uh,
Right, and that's it. Those
so
are the years that he didn't even win.
that he
Those
didn't
were his
win. I
those
know.
were his those were his growth developmental years. And then once he figured it out, and he had the right team and the right coaching and the right situation, then it was unbeatable. It was unbeatable. It's just to me it's easy.
So, all right, here's a good question. Do you think athletes today are overpaid?
Man, that's a good question, man. I say no. I'm gonna tell you why. Because in business, people only pay you what they can, right? So if I can pay somebody $100, that means I'm making 1,000, right? If I can pay somebody $1,000, that means I'm making 20,000. So if the NBA can pay these guys $100 million, that means they're making billions. So why should they make billions and the people that are actually doing the work make nothing? It's all relative. It's a lot to us because we can't fathom those numbers. But just think of your any job. You go down and you work at McDonald's and you're making 15, 16, $17 an hour. The owner is paying you that, and you think that, that may be not a lot, might be a lot, whatever the case may be. But he's paying that because he's making hundreds of thousands of dollars, maybe even $1 million a year, so that he can pay you what he pays you. And so
Absolutely.
it's all relative. So no, I mean, like, it is what it is. If God has blessed you with the ability, first of all, and the opportunity, and you take advantage of those two things, hey, I don't think that these NBA owners or any owners should just sit there and they used to do that. Back in the day, they can always pay. They've been squeezing the ladies for the last, 25 years. They could have paid them more. I'm not saying they could have paid them much more, but I remember
But
when
they
the
could have paid them
WNBA,
more.
they could have paid them 100%. I remember when the WNBA first started in '98, and I've been following them because like I said, I like women's basketball and men's basketball, you know, and they were paying them like 15, $20,000, you know, and the ladies just played because they loved the game, and then they would go to Europe at the end of the season and make real money. Okay, they were just being extorted, man, and they played because they wanted to. There's no way in the world that that's all you could pay. You had 12 players, you paid them $20,000. I mean, that's like $140,000. 100, what are we talking about? That's all
Yeah,
they could
that's
have done.
crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, but they was building the league back then. I guess they went back to the blueprint and the business plan from the first NBA and said,
12,
listen, let's
but
pull this
I
out
said
the
the
let's
math right.
pull
What's 12 times 12? What's it? It was 24, 200 and,
what
right? 12
12
times
times
12?
12 is
144.
144.
Okay,
Yeah.
so what, right. So they paid, they could only afford 144,000, let's say $150,000.
I personally think the
Are
the
you
the,
really
the
kidding
guy
me? Even in
players
1998?
the players on the other side could have took a little pay cut, gave the girls some money.
But they weren't part of that deal. They don't care. I don't, it's not their, that's not their responsibility.
It's not. You're right. You're right. I agree. I
Not their
agree. But
responsibility.
I
So
would.
the point I'm making is that, you know, if you should, if I'm the product and you're making billions, I should make tens of millions. And that's not a problem. Hundreds of millions, 100%. No problem with that. And I'm the product.
Okay, so we agree on that. I believe you got to get what's due to you. So I just wanted to see your perspective on it.
Right.
All right, here goes one more to wrap up the basketball. Then we can go to something else. One gotta go. You ready?
Well, we don't have that much time left. We're not going to do this all day. You know that, right? We got about 10
Yeah,
minutes left.
yeah,
So,
it's all right because I gotta go play I gotta go play real basketball. I gotta go work out.
okay, this is the
One
last
gotta
question. Go
go.
ahead. Yeah.
Kobe, Jordan, Mike. I mean Kobe, LeBron, Mike. Who you getting rid of?
LeBron.
That was a good answer.
Oh, that's this.
That
Listen, Kobe and Mike are like, they're like almost twins. And so I can't love one and not love the other.
That was a great answer because I was going to, mess up this stream. I'm not going to lie to you. Had you
No,
got rid of
no,
Kobe,
no, 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 no. I mean, that's not a slight because you said one got to go, right? LeBron's a great player, a generational player. Over 40,000 points. Nobody's ever done that. Four championships. playing 23 years. Those are some crazy numbers. But what I'm looking at is just like it's hard to really put into words. It's just what you see with your
Well,
eyes,
you
what
know
you
how my
feel.
stance on this. Kobe, to me, everybody knows I love Mike, but I grew up watching Kobe. That's my
Hmm.
era of basketball. So,
Hmm.
I always give Kobe the edge,
Okay. Okay.
even
And
over Mike. I like him over Mike. The rule: the student passes the teacher all the time, man. So,
I'm okay. I'm okay with that. I'm not
and
mad at
and
it.
I
I think
and I
everybody
think
should.
Mike will sit back on a certain day and say, yeah, he might have gave me some work. So
I don't know about
he
that,
ain't
but
doing that with
I hear
LeBron though.
I hear your point. Here's the thing, though. I don't think these discussions are right and wrong. And I think there are lots of LeBron fans out there that would have made a different decision. That's cool. It's just that those are my thoughts, and that's it. So I'm not gonna live and die on that hill. But that's those are my thoughts, man. But listen,
How
this
much
is
time we got
important.
left?
We got 5 minutes. Here's the thing: 250. Whatever we can say and do, resistance is really not about violence necessarily. It's about a state of mind and how we think about each other and how we think about people and how we think about the world. So how we, for instance, I got a text early this week, from DHS offering, seeing if I wanted to apply for an ICE job. No, no, no kidding. They're recruiting. And I'm like, hell no, not doing that. We talked about McDonald's. I'll do that before I go torture people for money. It's blood money, man. So we have to understand, and we have to have our own set of values, in who we want to be as individuals and who we want to be as a community and as a people and as a nation and as a world. And each and every one of us have to make our decision. Like, who am I? Who am I? And it really what it comes down to comes down to each person making a decision, asking themselves, who am I? And if you're happy with who you are,
Well, that was a good closing thought. Listen, thank you for this. I appreciate this.
yeah, I had
You,
fun, man. This was fun.
you know
About
something?
time. It
I'm
took
not
so
gonna
long,
lie.
man. What?
I'm excited because you was fighting it. I saw it. I saw it trying to creep out of you, and I saw you shifting at times, and you
Yeah.
you found a way to pull yourself back. And this is what I want. I really want to give the people this side of you. Everybody knows you're probably one of the most spiritual people I know on the planet. So I love you for it. But you also got this cool, fun side. And I think that it's the world needs to see this. So I appreciate you, man. I'm
All
serious.
right,
I
man.
really
Listen,
appreciate this.
I appreciate you too. This was good. It's good
I'm
working with you over
excited.
here, man.
We're gonna have a
Yeah.
good time. This is gonna be
It's right.
fun. Listen, sometimes we walk and they say he looked like me, I look like, but I think he looked more like me, but it is what it is. So
Listen, this
that's
was
why I
fun,
keep
man.
my hair long so they know who's who.
Well, that's there's no confusion there.
And I think
You got that Indian
Verona
hair.
gave
I don't
you
know
a
where that hair came from, man. That hair, I don't know
it's
where
my
that came
dad's
from.
side. It's my dad's side.
Okay.
And the baldy looks good today. I'm glad. I'm glad. Some days
Listen, I
it be
shaved
off a
it.
little bit.
I
You
shaved it,
didn't do
man.
it.
I shaved it. It's nice, right? Listen,
But all
you
jokes
gotta let
aside,
it
you
be.
did good. You did good. You did better than I was expecting. Uh, Again, I appreciate this. Is really gonna be fun for me. I hope it's gonna be fun for you. I hope the people enjoy it. Um, we're gonna have fun. We're gonna laugh. We're gonna get deep. We're gonna talk. He's a crybaby, so he might even cry one time.
Oh
But
man, get out of here, man. We gotta go. Listen, this time's up. You're just making it up now. We done till
It's real
next week.
talk,
Like listen, this is the first drop.
no
Looking forward to
script,
next week, man.
no
And
filter,
hopefully you guys will subscribe and join us each week. It's gonna be
just
fun
truth.
as we ride this whole scripted
we're gonna
time.
do an in-person one too. So let's get it because I think it'll be even better
Real
if we're in the
talk,
same
we
room
say
one time.
how it
It'll be
is.
Let's do it.
more
From the
fun.
old school
It'll
to the
be
way we
magical.
live.
We'll laugh.
Every
Let's do
lesson,
it.
every
Let's do
loss,
it.
every
Let's do
win.
it.
And
We gon'
we're
break
gonna
it
have
down,
some
let
guests
the
on here
real
too.
begin.
Right, so we wide
Real
open.
talk,
Wide open.
no
Bring them on.
cap,
Bring
no
your kids on too,
disguise.
man.
Different views, but we
riding
see it eye to
this
eye.
alone,
From
man.
the past to the
Take
future,
my
we
camera,
build.
right?
It's more than a
That's
convo.
just part of
It's
the
real.
script, baby. It's
Truth in
unscripted,
every
right? All
word we
scripted, right? So let's do
say.
it.
Lessons we
All
don't
right, listen,
run
we're done.
away.
Time's up.
Through
I
the
don't want
fight,
to, drop and
through
stay
the
on time.
pain, we
But
still rise, we still
until next week, man, we're out.
gain.
What else? What you got to say, Terrell? I'm done. done.
Nothing. Peace.
This ain't just a podcast.
Right.
This is perspective. This is legacy. This is real talk.